and I would agree or disagree. You know. At the end of the day, if someone is slamming your work, their stuff needs work because they've exposed nubs or they've not been bothered to, take the extra care and attention to clean up something, which doesn't take much at all. I mean, on my streams, I generally use like 3 tools: a nipper, a razor, and a balancer. They are, predominantly for my straight builds. This is what I use. You don't need an engineering degree or a load of tools or an angle grinder or grinding a hotworks license to make your kit look good. It just takes that little bit of effort, a little bit. It's not a lot, but yeah, what can you do? These kids know better, and they don't like being criticised. I like over 100+ called me that. Oh wow, but oh well. I know I build better than them. Yeah, exactly. Don't let it get to you, mate. At the end of the day, you pointed something out. They didn't like it, and then they've just turned on you. And I think that just shows you that the level of discourse or the level of maturity within a community. Just don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you do. Rise above it. Yeah, my Wing Gundam. I'll bring it up. Just for people that might not have seen it, I'll bring it up. It's the Wing Custom. I can't find it now. Where are you, my baby? There you are. There she is. It's not amazing. It's not the best. It's a Wing Custom, painted, detailed, and top coated. Professionally photographed, but that's neither here nor there.
It's got pin badges.
Someone didn't like.
There
what
he
I
is.
did with the legs.
He is completed.
Some of the colour choice or something, I don't know. He said that there should be more darks to highlight the whites or some contrast to whites.
Yeah, most
likely. I said, well, there is 3 greys on there. There's a dark grey, a medium grey, a light grey, and the white.
An ivy saw.
And it's subtle. That's what I wanted.
Look at that.
Because it's a Gundam. It's not. It's got white legs. I don't want to stray too far away from the original look.
Those are here, those are not.
But they're the expert.
Hope you're all doing well today.
And I was like, okay,
shall
fine.
we continue
Whatever.
for the build of the Zeta?
You do get these people that are experts, and they want to claim your work.
Probably if you work it,
But they're not willing to put in the work themselves.
Not. I got this far so far. I've done torso.
I do think that people that don't like criticism ultimately are angry at themselves because you're right, and they lash out. Instead of dealing with it internally and going, you know what, yeah, okay, fair enough, I'll take that criticism, I'll do better, I'll work on it, I'll do that.
Also, the point basically,
they get angry and then they lash out and they project and whatnot, and it's not you that's the issue. It's they're facing their own demons. Got to be able to take criticism in life. It's how you improve. But at the same time, I don't mind taking criticism. If someone doesn't like my work or whatever, it's definitely subjective, because objective, there's nothing wrong with it. So subjective is like when someone paints the area, someone paints it like purple and blue or something like that. It's fine, you do you. As long as it's done well, it's fine. But if it's done with just paint straight from the city, but painted straight on the kit. Like, ta-da! Look what I've done. Like, honestly, do you want the honest thoughts? Anyway, let's get off that discourse. We're here to build a Gundam. But I'm sorry you're up against it, Eddie. You're a decent chap. Sometimes if you've only got to mention something to a community, and if you're not aligned, they come at you with a pitchfork.
Today. What you might go to something different from.
Right, so I want that L still, which is nice. Which looks like the majority of what I need. L's and T's. I'll need the metal parts as well. And I want more chrome. Okay, the rest of it I can sort of figure out as we go. I need M. Okay, fine. We'll get there. We'll get there. At the end of the day,
so
it gets dark.
I've actually thought ahead with this kit.
I don't know where I was going to go with that, but I just
not
thought,
see
yeah. Anyway,
more easy to remove.
it's fine. I know I'm good. Probably better build of that than the haters. I'm just going to read all the hate comments on stream. Oh, brilliant.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's content
There's
at the end
not
of the
much
day.
cleanup to do.
So on 31 and 32. Yeah, you should definitely make a YouTube video. Like, just get all the comments just printed out so you can have them like layered on the screen as you discuss. And welcome, Mechanicum. How you doing? Hope your headache's improving.
See if that goes on there like so. Goes on the other side.
Because I know that's
I
content.
realise
It is
we-
content.
Hasty.
You know, people
Thank
write
you.
their own content when they're
Like
outing
we
themselves
are.
as complete,
Don't get that much.
you know, just anti-social trolls on the internet. They're bringing nothing to the game but negativity. They've got to expect some sort of pushback and some sort of ridicule. I mean, even me. I mean, I say things from time to time that might be a little bit frosty, or my opinion or whatever. But that's it. I'm a human being. I have a voice. I'm free. I'm a free thinker. I'm an individual. I don't have strings. I don't have a script. I don't say things because someone else would like what I have to say. I say things because I'm an individual. If you don't like what I've got to say, that's fine. I'm not going to say things just for the sake of keeping a bunch of people happy.
Maybe.
You know, if I was to say like this thing is okay, a lot of people that like shill for the Witch of Mercury, they have my eyeballs on forks over a bonfire. Because objectively, there are some wrong things with this, but ultimately, overall, it's a great kit. So, as long as you remain objective and true to yourself, fuck everyone else. It's as simple as that. Integrity. That's what it's about. Integrity. You start nodding and agreeing with the person next to you. It's like copying notes. Like to cheat in class. You're only cheating yourself. I'm going to build a P-band eye with hands and teeth now. Do the nubs off. I mean, it's a legit strategy.
Just
Some
bolt
people
on,
use
running,
the,
using the adjustment.
toner clippers.
Blade, carry bolt on, it's still stuff, yeah. Lot WD-40. And then all grease, that's what I say.
Oh, hang on. That one goes in that way,
Get my grease
and that
up
one goes in that way. I understand that bit.
You would
But then what's this all about?
Almost called E there.
Right, so... Well, I'm confused now.
And there she goes.
Ah, is that the metal bit?
Probably seen him coming down the hill.
Because that's in Kenji, I can't understand that. But that looks like the metal part. Right, gotcha.
She's whining like an idiot.
Right, so... Does that go inside? Oh, wow, it does.
Okay, we're going to go
That's really heavy. Right, now I need to put on L20 and 21.
Perfect. So it looks like that's the main part. Yeah,
So what P-band do you fancy building?
not too bad.
Just to make it a
Really like how it
god-awful
does my times two.
disaster, and just say, look,
He
this
just
is
sprayed
the level of your
performance
work.
to put on it.
This is what
Still
I'm
no
on.
movement. Damn.
You know, if you want to
So
get
I've got
better,
some decent Loctite on it, or just rusted through.
do better.
Just whether it's like a friction weld or rust weld.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just spitballing now. Just
I probably best
whatever
way
you do.
is
I'm
to,
hoping that
like,
you built the God
try
Gundam.
and
I know you were
drill
building that
the
the other day. I hope you
main
enjoyed the
shaft
build. Hope
out.
you finished it. And
Benefits
you liked
so,
the
yeah.
experience.
Best way.
It's by far not my favourite of the
Done.
real grades. That's probably going to get some heat because there's a massive G Gundam community. But at the end of the day, it's objective. It looks nice. Don't get me wrong. I built one to base an opinion. I just didn't think it was a god tier real grade. Good articulation, but it still had issues. It's not perfect. In fact, in many ways, the original Master Grade, the one I built for Kami and painted,
Yeah.
was far superior. Even if it did need screws and had rubber hands and stuff, I felt that it was a better build experience than the real grade. We can only pray for a,
Yes, indeed.
I don't know, a God Gundam 2.0 and a Master Gundam 2.0 one day. That would be nice. That's quite a heavy part. Proud of that. Looking forward to doing the next with the other ones. Can't believe we've got metal parts. Didn't know that. In all the times that I've slept on the Strike kit, because I'm assuming the Strike's got these parts as well. I didn't even know he had
You
these.
can hear faint chatting. Because I've got
Heavy parts.
guns,
in
I've got Rick
the
C1
kit.
in the background as well.
Now I'm not sure if this one's the P Bandai
You just
version,
wanted to get it aligned a bit.
or whether it's just a general release perfect grade. But it's certainly a good one so far. 2017 kit, but because the manual is in monochrome and it's got the Sky Grasper included, and it comes in a red box. I don't know whether it's a
No, Frodo doesn't know.
P Bandai or not.
Yeah.
Because another Trans Am that I built recently was P Bandai. I was thinking into detailing the Master Gundam HG to match the RG Gundam paint hyper. Oh, nice. Now I really want to build. I built the Master Grade God Gundam for Kami. I really want to build one for myself, as well as the Master Grade. I think I might be able to get them from Gunpla.co.uk. Eventually, when I think he gets the Master Grade in stock, the Master in stock. But I'm secretly hoping that we are getting a real grade Master, because to go with the real grade God Gundam. So we'll have to wait and see.
So, that one. There we go.
But yeah, do it.
So we've seen this one here.
Really nice hyper mode. At the end of the day, if you want to do anything to a kit, don't look left and right and see if there's any approval. Just do what you want to do. If it turns out good, it turns out good. If it turns out crap, and you think, well, at least I gave it a go. You know. I'm back. Welcome back. How goes the build? The build is all right. It's got metal parts in it. I'm sold. These weigh a ton.
So these screws are quite well thought out on the Zeta.
So it's going to be interesting.
There we go.
Those keyhole arms, I'm not a fan of. Yeah, that's the only thing that let me down in terms of the God Gundam real grade.
So
However, they do have the same twist and lock as the master grade, but the master grade just does it a bit better because it doesn't have the pre-molded joints. So the wrists and the biceps for the real grade God Gundam, there's just I don't know why they double down on it, and it just makes it really, really floppy or loose, or you twist the arm and it goes a little bit on the wonk. Maybe I should wait a year before trying, because I'm going to be mad if they drop a real grade Master Gundam after the fact. Yeah. I really hope they do. I doubt they'll do a real grade Noble or a real grade Rose, because they've just dropped the HG Rose. But because we've not seen no Master Love for a while now, it would make sense for them to bring out a Master real grade to go with the God Gundam.
Not all of the PGs rise and don't get over. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, but since when have Bandai ever done anything that makes sense?
PG is currently in customs. They have raised customs charges. I'm just waiting for those charges to come through post. Because knowing customs these days, they'll probably charge me a little bit too much than they should do. Because they're being idiots. Dicks, one of both. At the moment, when it comes to importing, especially from Japan.
What am I doing?
I think it's close to just 36.
No,
in
in Germany.
It's probably going to be more like 80, 90 quid.
I ain't got a clue what I'm doing here. There we go.
It's going to be stupid amount.
Oh, hang on.
It cost me
put them in the wrong hole.
224 for Gundam, and then 70 to get it shipped, and then it's going to probably cost me another 70 to 90 for customs. So it's over 300 quid. Stephen couldn't get me one. After his last batch of PG
I am a
Gundam,
fallible
PG
human
Gundam
being.
released,
I can produce excellent results.
the prices for imports
But I do crack a lot of eggs on the
he
way.
couldn't afford to import them anymore after
Right, okay,
that last
so
batch. He got
copy the
up for
pictures.
pre-orders. So I was a bit late on that. Not his fault. So I was like, well, I might as well just get it myself. Because yeah, Steven's price was 275
Now
at the time, but you can't justify
I did that right.
the postage costs anymore, so he didn't bother for another load from his supplier, so it's cheaper for me to get mine.
Yeah. Knees.
I'll wait too long, really.
Kick my lunch,
I'll be
ended
very honest,
time. Time to
Decided to
sell
use it.
the marijuana.
No.
But
Yeah,
good chatting. I was a bit bummed you painted, a bit bummed,
jump on
but
that
you
boy,
painted
that's good.
perspective. Thanks. Oh, you'll be alright, dude. Don't worry about it. If you're going to call someone out or criticise somebody for a legitimate reason, you know, albeit on a bit of a candid level, and, you know, not in a malicious way, and then they lose the plot, that's on them. It's on them.
My fault, really. I should have got it when it first came out, when I first saw it. Instead of putting it off.
Get back to work, dude, and thanks for popping in. Speak to you soon, Eddie.
Sometimes it's like that, though. It's like, I didn't really think I wanted it for a while.
Okay, so that's the knees done.
Yeah,
Part
I saw
2,
Rick build
1. Now I need
That's
2,
actually quite a nice kit.
part 2. So,
No, before Verizon kicked
T33.
ahead of the stock, so he goes, nah, I'll price match and include through. I've got Togies.
gonna
He's
open
white,
a
yeah, he is,
Pokemon
yeah.
pack in about 30 minutes time,
I brought a few kits off him now.
just for lols.
I think this aerial's the only one so far he's going to have his way to help me with.
Oh, pardon me.
Especially because it was these and that.
So I'm assuming I've got one side.
make
I'm
full
going
price
to
in.
need the other.
Get 10% off and nothing like that. I am advertising. I did a sale.
I'm going
directly
to
towards his
these 2 parts here.
shop for it, because that's where it's going to be best place to get it.
And this is going to make the thigh.
Same with the this. You know, I've got a hobby link.
Ridiculously skinny, so I'm
Only-
hoping it has
especially
some
my
extra
re-
armor pieces on
you
it.
will be directing people to his shop
I'm
instead,
pretty sure it does.
because he can guarantee it.
Now this was made available to me by my sponsor, Gunpla.co.uk. If you are in the market for a high, get there in the end, a perfect grade, but you are having trouble finding one on the market, or the resellers on eBay are just asking way too much. All you got to do is put in a request, info@gunpla.co.uk, or you can go to their website, gunpla.co.uk, and send Stephen an email. Or you can follow, gunpla.co.uk or Gunpla Limited UK or whatever on Facebook, and put in a request. I'm after X. Any chance you could look for one for me? There will be a finder's fee, obviously, but he will endeavour to try and get you the cheapest possible price.
Trying to blow off now.
And he's never let me down. So, I'm not going to put my neck out for someone unless it's, valid. And if you visit gunpla.co.uk and you see anything you'd like to snap up, use my code _fans. I can't speak words today. I'm really struggling. Did I just see an orb? On camera, just like around here, just floating. Is that an orb? Oh, visited from the afterlife, huh? No, if you use Gundam_fans7 upon checkout, you get 10% off. And the shipping is flat, under 2 kilograms. I think it's about $19–20 for shipping. From the UK to the US, I think that's quite reasonable. So if you see any kits that are on the site that are not available in America just yet, go, get yourself involved.
So I think that's the only way they did Shockwave and the Optimus Prime.
So that goes in, sorry?
To notice them, and then they started pumping out rubbish.
That goes in there. Okay.
Find out how that works. Get some right gems and not rubbish. That's true.
At least you get a reference drawing.
This FM is probably one of the better built FMs they've made. But that's only because it's
Before you close it all out.
flagship anime at the moment. Look at like Dolphins FMs. Not as good.
Oh, that feels nice. Nice and stiff. But not too stiff that it's going to break the pegs.
Just wondering how I'm doing shoulders right now.
Hang on, do that again. The other side. So I am giving away a Full Mechanics aerial on the channel. As you can see, if you'd like to be in for a chance to win one of them, international shipping, anywhere. How is it like building my Holy Grail kit? Oh my god. It's good. Feels good. I'm so jealous. I'm so sorry. I'm doing it justice. Trust
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Looks amazing.
Agree in the wing flag for double, yeah, that's right.
I didn't know he had metal parts. Metal parts feel really good. And how are you doing, Kiwi?
Concept of it is there,
I
but
hope you're all settled now and enjoyed the holidays.
I think the whole start with it being a high
Thank
school
you
thing,
so much, Juicy.
high school
Juicy
dramas,
Softwood. What a cool name.
Jules
Thank you
and all that
so
such.
much for the follow. Build it with love for me. Oh, I will. Every snip, every
I don't know how that
stroke.
Gundam not really that established in this universe.
And you never know. One day, once it's all painted, one day you never know.
Alarm system is just an advanced
It might end up in your
version
lap.
of the Unicorn Destroy mode.
Because that's the kind of guy I am. I'm a giving guy.
That's it.
I gave away my Death Side.
Not very
I
exciting.
gave away my four-armed Leo custom. I gave away my custom RGS Stray.
One of those Gundam
I'm giving this guy away to...
episodes that doesn't even have
Look at
a
that
fairy
pose, though.
in
Look
it.
at that
So,
pose. Strike. That's Vogue. That is Vogue right there. I'm giving this guy away to Discord members when I do a build-off in a couple of months' time. So that's up for grabs. So you never know. I do stuff for people. It's what I do. I still need to paint a Mark II Titans for play.
Wait.
I've said
Is it
that
all going
about
alright?
4 years
Say it
ago,
is.
and I
Something I
still
watched.
haven't
Just watched.
managed to have the time to do it,
Direct
but
sequel
I
to
will.
Gundam. It is this year.
Because after
It is-
painting
it's
the
20
Perfect Grade Unleashed, I've got to paint the Trans Am, 00 Riser, and then I will have a slot
thing.
free.
Yeah, episodes completely obvious, but it is. You can
Professor
see where
Dapper,
they've
thank you so
started
much for the
to
sub.
use different
You are locked in
Gundams.
to win.
series.
Good luck. The draw is going to be on Tuesday the 30th of May for the Full Mechanics Aerial. And also, there will be an Ichiban Grade C Barbatos high grade thrown in to the giveaway as well. So I don't have that in hand yet because Mechanicum said he's going to ship that to me this week. So I should have that roughly by the end of the week or next week, ready for the giveaway. And the Ichiban Barbatos is a retooled version of the high grade with clear parts and looks absolutely fantastic. So I'll be giving one of these away as well as the 4 Mechanics aerial. So again, thanks to Mechanicum for sending that one out to me and for supplying one for the giveaway. The Gundam aerial is the most true 4 Mechanics kit there is. Yeah, I mean, they were wasted on IBO because the IBO frame doesn't really lend itself to the mass and the weight of plastic. Now, I built the F4 Mechanics Vidar, Kamaris, the Vidar, just the Vidar, sorry. And it's just a floppy mess because there's too much weight on the like the central nervous system, like of the mobile side. The Kenbu though, the 4 Mechanics Kenbu from Haikushiki, I will say though that is awesome. It's borderline master grade because it comes with a cockpit, a pilot, gimmicks, detail.
You're gonna love it.
And I don't think the Haikushiki needs a full inner frame. It doesn't need it. So it is an honorary master grade, and it's a massive kit as well. I've got it down now. I'm not going to get it on. I'm not going to go get it right now, but. The aerial does have stickers, but it doesn't have any colour correcting stickers or eye stickers. These are just details if you want them, but I would wait and get water slides because these are trash. But you're right about the eyes. It doesn't need stickers. However, I wish they'd included a clear runner or clear parts, so you could either have the solid green eyes or the clear parts. So they sort of missed an opportunity to put like a clear version of that part next to the green part, so you can either have one or the other. It would have been nice to have had the options.
We don't have the colour separation in that.
Yes, and what we've not seen it yet in the show, but the high grade aerial comes with some red eye stickers. So I think that might be like a permit score 10 or something like that, where the aerial becomes unchained or something like really angry. So that's going to be really interesting to see. Nice. Now the FM aerial, this is from season 1, obviously because there's no repair for it. So there was no point in putting like any of the blue permit 6 parts in. So we're either going to see a season 2 FM aerial repair, or we might see a master grade, or we're going to see like a P Bandai version with the blue permit score, kind of like what they've done with the HG. So there's that to think about. I'm hoping for an MG. I would like to see an MG aerial repair, which will probably be P Bandai. A double ball, which I can never pronounce right, and a Farrax. Those are the 3 master grades that I'd like to see. Also, the new mobile suit that's been announced as well, which I think might be Mummy's. It might be Mummy's mobile suit. So there's like 3 or 4 master grades I'd like to see, but I don't know whether we'll get them.
I have 3 of these V-Star Universe packs left. However, there will be another 20 coming in the post. So I'm not too worried.
Toxic. That's all I have to say with that episode. Yeah, I mean, talk about being cast aside. Wow. How, you know, she fought so hard to be accepted and loved and wanted and needed. No spoilers, but you know, I'm going to stop there because obviously some people might not have seen it, but just wow. Small spoiler. Yeah, I know it's back. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it does. I don't notice the changes. It looks like it's more chonky, but yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to the next episode already. I'm going to wait until at least maybe Wednesday to open about it, because some people might not have seen the episode yet, but all the people that have seen the episode by now are the people that are really invested. So if you haven't seen it by now, you know, and you hear spoilers, that, you know, it's going to happen. I still need the Delblood and a few others like the Michaelis. I gave away 5 Richard Mercury kits last month to Demon. He won last month's giveaway. But 3 or 4 of them kits I've not built myself. I've recently built a Farrax, which is there. Great kit. I hope we get a master grade of that. But there are a few, especially, what is it, the Chonky Boy from episode 14 or 15, when they're on Earth having a fight, and it's got the rocket plug on the shoulder. Looks absolutely badass. Uh,
So there's quite a lot of cars here.
begins with W, I believe.
Tentacles there. Excellent.
Looks absolutely awesome. Farragut is one of the fewer darker coloured Gundams I like. Yeah, it's
Okay, so according to the instruction manual,
it really does look good. And it does look like a true antagonist suit.
Which is a nice feature that they've done. Films got hit on the last batch, yeah. Always next time that's true. So yeah, just here, it says here. This mark indicates
The GM looking, the full armoured GM looking suit from
That's telling me
one of the
all
other
parts
episodes
I
this
need
season. Oh man, I want that. Looks so
from
good.
the H2 runner, which is this one.
But I've built the Delanza
So there's 4 parts that are
and
left,
the
apparently.
Lauder's Delanza. Like Guel's
I don't know
and
either.
Lauder's Delanzas. They're pretty cool.
That can't be right. Have I missed something?
In fact, I like the line in general. Apart from maybe the mobile
I don't know
work
how
or
that
whatever
feature's
it's
written.
called. The trainer, demi
Well,
trainer.
that's
You know, a lot of people love it, but I'm on the fence with it. You know, but still, the line in general, like all the models and the designs are top
Sometimes
tier.
I do this.
They're really good. Way better than IBO. As much as I love Iron Blooded Orphans and I love
No, not there.
the designs, the kits.
This
Well, a
usually
bit of a
tells you
letdown.
if the part's used or not.
Some were good, some were bad. Now, I don't mind Choo Choo's demi trainer. However, I don't think her having a sniper rifle fit her personality. She's more of a brawler. So I was expecting her demi
normally
trainer
there's a
to
part
have
where you
like
get it blank out.
Titan, like big shoulders
That's
and big
what I'm
hands,
doing.
or maybe even
No,
like big
yeah, and
giant
then
arms or
it's-
something like
So
that.
it's telling me to throw.
You know, that would have suited
something.
her personality.
Or you do not
But
use
to be like a sniper just felt really contradictory to her character. Didn't understand it.
I don't know about very far in the book either.
Some boxing glove fists, yeah. Anything like that.
Completely built torso. No, 8, 19, 20 there. None there. H2, 20, 29, 24.
I can't wait to see if Shadiq gets some
There we are,
suit
I did
and
this.
what he's going to
Yeah,
find.
bomb.
Because that's going to be interesting. I hope it's
Yeah.
really flamboyant.
Yeah, exactly. The questions about that. I did miss.
Need more Zaku butts.
Well, but I said that at the end there, which made me double check the book to see where these parts
Welcome,
actually
little
went.
skinks. How you doing?
So that is useful. Very useful.
Always feels good. I've had a curry today. And now I'm having a beer. Why not? Now these parts here that I'm putting in are very much like the Gund system
He's back.
that was added into the Ariel's legs here.
Goodbye.
It's basically plated pink, but how they did it in the form mechanics is they plated the part and then they just sprayed it red one side because it was still like chrome the other side, so they saved themselves material that way. Whereas all of this is
keep
completely
thinking now,
all
it's being
paint.
announced
It's been
everywhere.
completely dipped
So this is 1 or 2 every now and then.
in pink chrome. And it looks good.
Yeah, like so.
But the good way to bring out all the details, give this a wash. To protect the chrome from any sort of enamel though, or use an oil wash, oil and turpentine.
Big some of that over there. Really nice.
I want to panel line my aerial But I know I have to gloss top coat
Not
first, so I
yeah,
don't have the
that's
ventilation for that.
really
Okay,
fine,
fair
yeah.
enough. Good idea though. I mean, I will always recommend clear coating the plastic before doing any sort of like enamel washing or anything like that over the panel lines. I mean, you can use the alcohol pens, like the touch pens, but even still, that might be a little bit hot for the plastic. So just use that with caution. But certainly, if you're going to be using any sort of Tamiya or enamel washing for lines, definitely clear coat the plastic with either a clear coat for lacquer or acrylic, because acrylic will not react with enamel.
That's real tough. Push.
But it's best practice, and also the clear coat will help it run via a capillary reaction a little better as well. But what I was saying about these parts, to bring out all the details and wash all the detail on here, because it's quite shiny, is you can give this a clear coat, put a wash on it, and it will fill out all the details, and then just use like a Q-tip with some light fluid and just clean it up. You might lose some of the chromey shine, but at least you'll have the detail come through. And the chromey shine, I think, doesn't lend itself really to make it looking authentic. Because if you scuff it with a wash, you can sort of make it look a little bit more realistic. Maybe summer weather will make it doable. You live in California, so it's really dry here. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to paints and stuff like that, you can add you know, I say this in the most respectful way, a retarder, because it stops the drying process and it keeps the paint wet. You can add these mediums to paint. It does help in high humidity areas and stuff like that. Yo, Beast, how you doing? It's 40, 45 during the summer here. Wow. Sounds like Texas. I mean, anywhere in Southern America, whether it's SoCal, Texas, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, all across the bottom there, it does get hot in the summer. Aircon would help to climate control your painting area, if it's an option.
No.
Obviously, that's money, isn't it?
Those shoulders are ridiculous, so. Couldn't believe them.
And even that's detailed. Even though that's detailed, you're putting this cap on it and it's covering it up. So okay, nice. And greetings from California as well. That's a long way away. Just had Eddie Spaghetti in. He's from Las Vegas. I do have a few people that pop in from California, Carmi, and I think Jose Mucci. I think they're both from California.
That was a ridiculous kit.
I live in north, near the mountains. Oh, okay, cool. So, is that near?
So, I'm thinking
Hang on,
this one.
California borders with Oregon. Is it
Is
Oregon?
it?
At the north? Is it? Does it go Oregon and Washington or something like that?
Thinking what to do next. I could continue my March Mark 2. Titan.
Oh yeah, so it can get even hotter if you're in SoCal. And Las Vegas is so hot, yeah, there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Just Oregon is above us, and then Washington. So I've not... See? I know my shit. Validation, yeah. I did very well at geography at school.
So for MG,
It's a long time ago. Nevada is to our right, yes.
I think now I've got to close this. Because there's more different hands you can use.
And Mexico is to the south. And we all know how that's going. You know, God bless California used to be Mexico. I mean, God bless to all the people that are being affected by the immigration. Not all the migrants are bad, but with every influx of a body of people, there are going to be a few bad apples, and it's just really bad what's happening right now. So, my thoughts and prayers are to all the families and victims and stuff like that of all the tragedies and stuff. But come on, you got someone's got to be done in America right now, because it's just becoming an absolute war zone, and people are losing their lives for very little.
A big fist, but they seem to suit.
50% used to be Mexico.
Compared to
Wow,
the little
I
fists.
did not know that.
The aerial.
Yeah, I can't recommend
The arms
moving.
are the same length. The hands like half the size.
If I was to move to America, it would not be a blue city. Just the way it is. I know people that live in New York and they're having a tough time right now. Any major city in the US is a democratically run city, and we all know how that's going. We're seeing it in real time. You can sort of. It's not like I'm criticising for the sake of it. I don't have an affiliation. I'm not red, blue, yellow. I don't care. I'm not from America, but I'm seeing it in real time how it's unfolding. Day by day, I'm seeing videos and testimonies and seeing it, like I say, happening under my nose. It's crazy. But God bless to anyone out there. Godspeed. Hopefully change is coming. Hopefully, the country is going to turn around and you're going to be better off. Just stay safe. Don't do anything silly. And hopefully they'll sort it out. Big business owns all of us here. Yeah, I can imagine big tech, pharmaceuticals, insurance companies, gun companies. It's all big pharma and big business and big tech. I understand that. Right, let's lighten the mood a little bit, shall we? Should we get off the subject and open some Pokemon cards? See if I can find some more, because this is my deck, this is my set for Scarlet and Violet. I have got about 200 odd cards here, because the deck is 198, and there's a bunch of secret rares that I've got as well, so there's still like some gaps in the pack or in the set. I'm just trying to find them. If you're into Pokemon,
So these hands are quite
60 on.
complicated.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got Miriam. I don't have Miriam, I know that for a fact, so that's cool. Mabostiff, got that guy. Rocky Helmet, I know I've got one of them. Another Riolu, nice. It's my favourite. Riolu and Lucario, he's my boy.
It says here, right here,
Tarantula.
it's finished with.
A Pawmi. I might not have the Pawmi. I might not have the Pawmi. I've got a Pawmi. Oh, Primeape. I need that guy. I swear I need the Primeape to fill that gap.
There we go.
If Zeta and Mooney don't end up married, I will rot. No. I am sorry. Celeta's cast off. She's not the protagonist. Gwell's always been the protagonist. Celeta she's just cast off. She's not required by anything. She was just a pawn. She's just human debris. So it's going to be hard, but I do think that she's like Mjolnir. She's going to lose respect from the house or the business that they're all going to find out that she's done the dirty on Zeta, and they'll probably turn on her. But I don't think. I mean, Zeta's just been cast off. It's so bad. And she's having the power of the aerial removed from her and everything. It must be it's heartbreaking to see. But Gwell's the boy, man. He's my boy. I don't think they're going to end up together. I think we're going to see Mjolnir and Gwell married for business and for control. Oh, I've got a pawn. Here we go. Card number 76 as well as card number 73. Happy days. And we've got a reverse hollow Cititan and a reverse hollow Bishop. So let's try and find space for these two. Do I have space for these two?
Take that like that. That goes in like so.
73. Yes, I do, because I've got the reverse hollow, so I'm going to slide him in there so they're together. And 76, 75, 77. Yeah, 76. There we go. Boom. So that's that gap filled. Primate is card 108. Yep, there we go. Slides in between Annihilate and Mankey. Happy days. Now the rest. Bishop. Can I have a Bishop? Which is 133. Nope, I don't have the Bishop, so he's going in there. Nice. And City Town, which is card number 60. Yeah, because I've got the normal. I always put the reverse hollow on top of the normal, so that's that one. All the rest of it. Oh, Miriam. Where's Miriam gonna sit? Card 179, 178. 180, 181, 179. Boom. Here we go. So 4 duplicates out of that pack. That's not bad.
This is going to be a slot there for any weapon or stuff you wanted to hold.
Thank you for bringing me some luck. Spoiler alert, they all die in Gundam tech and lost forever in order to prevent extinction of mankind. Yeah, that's cool. No, I don't want him tomorrow. I'm rooting for Gwell. Yeah, let's go. He was the protagonist all along. You can tell by the hair. Slight spoilers if you haven't seen season 1, but Ariel is sentient and she will refuse to be taken away from herself. You know, that is true, but she's got the code to deactivate Ariel, which we've seen. So, what we might have to do is, you know, for Iri to make that decision to not listen to her mother because she's controlling her with that helmet. You break that link, and then Ariel and Iri will, and Zeta will, you know, they will make a comeback. We'll have to wait and see. Next episode's going to be interesting. I'm sad they cut his hair. Yeah, he looks completely different. But at least he doesn't have a mask on, like that sort of like trope, which we see all the time. Mjolnir lives, if only to wrangle, control, and unify a conglomerate. Oh, yeah. It's funny because she doesn't like the fact that Zeta does everything her mum tells her to by listening to what Zeta's mum tells her to do. So it doesn't make sense. The mum is a psychopath, yes, but you know, Mjolnir is upset with Zeta for listening to what her mum says all the time. But they're in cahoots, so it's contradictory. It's hypocritical. It's dumb. But it is what it is. You're not supposed to overthink it. Right, men cutting their hair in anime is terrible every time.
You can see here, look at this pistol hand.
Some people don't like change, you know.
Nub just there, or the peg to hold the rifle in.
I mean, this is now a spoiler zone, so if you've not watched the show, please watch it. I will be streaming it on my Discord in about an hour's time.
We have the
I'll be watching episode 13 all the way through to 17. So if you've not joined my Discord yet, you're more than welcome. Exclamation mark Discord in the chat. Everyone's welcome, and I'll be coming directly from the stream into the anime watch party.
So all these joints
And have a watch, you know, have a little catch up, have a little chit chat about the show.
which makes for a pretty good dish.
Okay, so this is the knees and the thighs. So I just need to add more bulk. So this is what's going to happen. L9 and 8. Again, if you want to be in for a chance to win a full mechanic aerial yourself, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel by the 30th of May, because that's when the draw is going to be held on the channel at 9 PM British Standard Time, or summertime. And you're also going to be winning a Grade C Ichiban Barbatos, which is not only got clear parts, it's a retooled and a better version of the high grade Barbatos, because it's solid as a rock. This thing, as the backpack comes off, it's solid as a rock. Like in terms of what we're used to from the IBO model kits, it's solid as a rock. It's not a floppy mess like we're used to. So the Ichiban lottery kits are really, really good. And it comes, all the colour parts are clear. So really, really good kit. So that's up for grabs as well.
Got to be careful where you start seeing stress marks here.
Just trying to stand on the PC tower, it's hard work. What I mean is that some shows like to make a guy's character fit the status quo instead of being a little unit. Yeah, I've noticed that. It is funny how it goes. I mean, at the end of the day, I watch a show and I don't bring any of my sensibilities, any of my beliefs or views into the anime. And I just watch it for what it is. And sometimes they just throw a curveball out there that's just so wacky and so wild. And I'm like, you know what, I'm going to roll with that. That's pretty cool. That's different.
Which is just
I'm solid as a rock. Yeah, Kiwi, she has that effect on people. What I mean, blah, 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 yeah, I've got that. When girls cut their hair, it means something for character development, but men aren't allowed to do that. I suppose that. I mean, they did it with Shadiq as well. He's tied his hair up. You know, he's put it up. It means business. I mean, that's how I roll with JoJo. I mean, JoJo, that is that's hard to watch sometimes. I'll show you my pet roll. Yeah, that show is hard to watch because from the very first episode, it's all about resentment and bullying and just, oh man, it's just hard to watch. The naivety of JoJo and Dio, man, is just such an arsehole. But you know, I'm really interested. You know, I really struggle to get past every episode, but it is still rewarding when you get past it and you see development. He is a good villain, though. He is just an absolute arsehole. But it's necessary. You need bad guys in anime to really hate and invest your hate into, because it makes the protagonist all that better when they win, and when they get redemption and stuff like that. I love man bun. They're just so cute. Just want to pull on it. I need to grow my hair out then. I used to have really long hair, right down to my bum, when I was in my late teens, early 20s.
Continue. Make sure nothing wrong on there.
And it was very full.
And it
went lighter in the summer.
Quite
Kind of
good
like
as well.
Duo Maxwell.
So if there's a shoulder problem,
I could plait it.
yeah. She likes to chew plastic. So I've got to make sure she's got anything I need.
And then one day, I
like, nah,
had to have it all cut off for a job. Sad times.
You know, little shit ass. Little shit ass.
I used to have hair down to my back, but now it's just at my shoulders. Oh, you got bangs, okay. Okay, so armor shift. It's the little things that amuse me.
Yeah, I know. Actually, she doesn't have to all. Better than what it's like 2.0 plus. Yeah, you do. She did that.
It was really short last year because
my
scalp started hurting a couple of years ago.
Like
from
the
white
last
piece.
piece.
Tight pose. Oh,
He says there's even need. And gold pieces.
yeah, that can do it.
But still.
Yeah, it's good to just release it every now and again. Massage your scalp, massage some oils in and stuff like that, and nourish your scalp. And then you can do that as long as the roots and your hair is like solid from the rough foundation. I mean, mine's short now, apart from a bit of I'm starting to go a little bit light on the sides and on the fringe. I've got a good head of hair. I like it. Okay, so I need M now.
Can't even. She'll take something that you don't notice for ages, and then she'll go chew that thing. Alright, so start on waist and then let's have a lot of seat.
Which is going to be hard.
So
Found it.
it does look like a lot of waist units to see. There's a lot of pieces on there. It's like Princess, if I turn my back remote, the door on there, she'll jump right out, yeah.
Don't over shampoo, no, exactly. You can really dry out your hair because there's perfumes and other additives in shampoo which can really damage your hair.
There we go, still do that.
I miss my long hair, but in the summer it's a pain. Yeah, it can be. Your hair looks good though. It suits you, I think. The way it is. What, M31? And I need to do the same with this one. Now, this isn't a terribly old kit, it's a 2017, so it's got a lot of really well thought out designs, nub placement, and other bits and pieces, so it's been an absolute joy to build so far. Now, this was relatively cheap. My sponsor got this for me at $220. So what's that? $250. So relatively cheap. So if you are after a perfect grade, definitely reach out to gunpla.co.uk because he can speak to his wholesalers and get a kit over for you. I pre-ordered Johnny Williams Zaku 2 and Gelgog. I'm so pumped for possibly modern red MG kit. Nice. Yeah, he's one of the. He's like next to Shah. He's my favourite protagonist, apart from Dal Lorenz.
So
Antagonist, whatever, however you want to see him. I think Dal Lorenz is the protagonist in Thunderbolt, and yeah, the protagonist.
And then here. That goes on there. Like so. This piece doesn't matter which way it goes, but it goes in there. Looks like we've got core of the waist here.
I was a bit frustrated with Shah's MG Zaku. Yeah, he needs a 3.0. I still haven't built a Mark II 2.0. You know, a Zaku 2 2.0 master grade. I am hoping that they do a 3.0. If they haven't already, they might have done already, I'm not sure. And I am hoping that they do bring out a Shah Zaku perfect grade unleashed. That would be nice.
There's a lot of spacing on this.
Yeah, it suits you a lot more. Yeah, it does. And the good thing about hair is generally it grows back, so if you do get bored with your cut, just grow it out. Just get it trimmed every now and again to speed up the growth.
There, like so. Clamp something like that. Sliding piece.
And you change your look.
Well, that's a bit complicated. First needs C40.
Now I like these parts here. Now this looks like a ratcheted gear because it's ribbed, but because it sits in a polycap, it acts like like grip rather than it being a smooth cylinder which will wear over time and sort of become floppy. Because it's ribbed like a ratchet. It sits in the polycap real nice and grips it at the right tension to make it interesting and not to not to lose grip over time. It's the right choice.
So I'm actually building stuff in there. Clip stuff on this there. 16 and 44. 16. And then 44.
That would be the dream, exactly. The dream. I mean, I'm pretty sure we are going to see some Xeon Love soon.
A lot of pieces. That's going to
It's going to happen.
alone. Just so we can transform.
I'm still waiting to get my hands on the Zeta car. A lot of people have had their Hobbylink Japan orders fulfilled. I didn't pre-order it, unfortunately, so I'm hoping my sponsor can get hold of one soon. And once they are available on the store, I will obviously let you guys know. The Zeta car. It's landing in people's laps now as we speak.
I'm going to...
So I'm still waiting on mine and still waiting for the MGSD.
The price of for rewards. On some of the cards. What is going on here? So I've got so many on now. I get quite a lot on me. There we go. That's done. So you now have a look at the point for the...
I think Lucky Cat has got a Hello Smile or Good Smile, but Modroid and Good Smile are generally doing some good work right now.
The other Pokemon cards stay at 5,000 for V-Star. These are keyed. So these are keys on like that.
Now, I was going to do some airbrushing today, but I've got no kitchen towel because I use kitchen towel, or you call it, I think you call it blue roll in America, which I use to clean up the airbrush. So I weren't going to start making a mess if I couldn't clean it up. So my painting this week has been postponed, unfortunately. Until I get some new roll.
That's just one of them.
Which is a shame because I've got some parts to find for the unlaced legs. And I'm stripping the plate as we speak because the plated parts for the plated red on they're not the greatest, they don't look nice. So all these plated parts in this kit as well, I will strip and paint.
They're rare cards, I've got 3 of them,
even though they're pink, you know, I don't know.
To be fair, you're lucky getting the others at 2,500. Mainly because
I think I could buy them a bit better. Excuse me.
Also because I have most cards in that now. I'm only looking for a few. So like all secret rares or Pokemon Go. And
Right.
And the Radiant Venusaur Blast from Charizard. That's what I need. I was saying. That's what I see. Oh, fair enough. That's what you see.
Got to concentrate a little bit now.
I'm using that much already. Currently watching Tora, Conservative Vids. What Conservative, that's great.
Okay, so that's the knee bit done.
Maybe double check those all instead. What I see is that no Pokemon's at 2,500. The Pokemon V's at 4,999.
Kind of weird that this part here that goes into the lower leg is on a peg. That is kind of strange. I've not seen that before, especially on the master grade. You'd expect this part here to be a bit longer, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. M3.
Interesting.
We'll give it a go. M3,
Stickers and
5,
that
and
will
6.
stay the same. Like. Still won't be off. It's not that much. It wasn't really in my mind, no.
I can't wait to airbrush my kits someday. I laugh because I don't know if I could get the motivation to paint 16 plus kits.
So what's going on?
One at a time. You don't paint them all at the same time. And also, with every kit that you do paint, you get better. So, just take it one step at a time. No rush. And it's fun, and it's you know, you can chill out when you airbrush. I find I'll put some music on or have an anime playing, and I just zone out. Now this kit is made up of a lot of ABS, so if you ever do go to panel line or panel wash any of this plastic to bring out all the detail, for the love of God, please use a clear coat to protect the plastic, or prime it using like a lacquer primer, and then your base coat. And then you should be able to put on the panel wash on top of the paint. But certainly I would still, even then, put a lacquer down. Because the ABS does not like enamel whatsoever. It will crumble. And you will be big sad. Now, it annoys me when they put an injection mold on a mold line, because that way you're trying to razor down the injection, and the raised line hinders that from being erased. So a little bit of extra work.
Yeah. You can't hear anything, so I mute myself again. Seems to be good at doing that. So all points changed. I've increased the amount of points you should get in. Decreased the point cost stuff. So yeah.
Dropping parts
Should be all
like
good
they're
now.
hot.
Yeah. I've got on my keyboard, I've got mute.
Okay, let's
But
clean
like
that bit up.
M. So every time I press, when I type away and I press M, it mutes me. Without me realising. Yeah, I was saying my mouse is way over here to the right, so you can't see me move my right hand.
It's like Hacker Man montage music. Are you ready to hack time?
7.
Kung Fury, what a film.
There's a lot of inner frame. Not supposed to be so. That's very frame. No. Keep it in there. Keyed up like that. It's one of the things is if I ever play games or anything like that, I have to redo.
The good thing about these as well, if you've not used them before, the Sand Loop Flex, these are reusable grits and they're washable. I've had this set now for 2 years, and I'm still using the first layer. You get 3 in each box, and if you get the full set, you get in 3, 6, you're getting 12 sponges. There's probably 5 years worth of grit there, and I'm still using the first layer. Look, you can hear it. Still good to go. And a flick and a wash and a clean with a toothbrush, and you're good to go again. Good stuff.
L4. There's 3. There's 4. So they've done colour separation of verniers, what I like seeing that. So I don't have to cover verniers either. Again, they are tiny pieces. There's a bit here that pushes on like that, and then there's in there, they're all keyed as well. Detailed. Really nice detail for such a small part. I don't think we see that well. It's how he rolls. Rick rolling. yeah, that's pretty cool. The weight is more complicated than the chest. Yeah, it's a lot more complicated.
Okay, that took a little while to clean up because some ABS plastic is the way that the nubs are designed on the piece. A little bit of clean up is required, unfortunately. That can be.
My bit, but I like how it's getting. It's going to get really nice. I like the other kits that have come out for it. This is for out. They've actually thought this one through. 42. phasing. And then C13.
Beautiful parts that are just like sitting together. All the lines are like flowing together, and it's just generally cleaning up real well. And this will then lean into the really nice iconic shins that you see on the Stripe. Back in a sec.
First. 15s. That sounds very good. Okay, that face. Cool. That's then is it S7 and 8? Go. Good. Start with these and then we don't we do much money out, which is great. Because they're back forth out, but now they're not ungated.
So
Could have been ungated.
I like the Infinity model sponges, but they're not good on flat surfaces. They'll warp it. Yes, sponges are best off used on rounded edges. For flat surfaces and stuff that you want to remain like crisp, I use the block from Gun Primer that I attach grits to. But generally, if it's got a round edge anyway, that's why I use sponges on soft edges. The two Razor Pluses I've got are the EA Gunpla Sephiroth and the Squirtle Militia Exia. These are my two. I do need to get another one. I do have the normal ones as well. And it still holds up today. I've had this one the longest and I can still feel it's really good. And with a clean up with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, they clean up real good and get rid of all the stuff that's inside. The good thing about the gun primer tools that I like is the longevity. Like I say, these sponges have lasted ages. The grit type that they use, I think they use some sort of glass, like glass shards, and just put it on the sponge, and it just doesn't wear down because it's glass. It's not like a sand.
Come on.
It lasts a long time. I thought it washes away with water. You can use soapy water if you like, but I use I just go the extra mile. Use a bit of rubbing alcohol and a toothbrush. You can use soap and water. There's no trouble. Right, now I need C and D and M's and D's and C's and M's.
And you barely gonna see him.
So I want to leave the M's on the desk if I can detach that. Do I need any polycaps? Yes I do, but they're N's and T's.
That one. So D's going there. Like that.
Okay, N's. Now C. Armor.
There we go. Then this goes on there like so. something that's just blank.
Now I'm going to be doing these one step at a time, even though it says to do it times 2. I don't want to get left and right mixed up.
There we go. 2. And then they hop like so.
If you do get the Razor Plus, I can offer 10% off of the purchase if you use the link down below for Gun Primer and then use Gundam Fan 7 upon checkout. You'll save yourself 10% off. If you can get them closer to home via a partner.
Surprise, motherfucker!
I've got that down. Like so.
Welcome, Fiasco. How you doing?
All that line.
D.
Okay. 21. 2.
Oh, nice. Right, so there are 2 shades of pink. This is almost white, but it's got some pink in it and a light pink. I mean, you could possibly see on camera. This is maybe even white.
There we go.
But I do believe that this has still got pink in it.
Backside.
But yeah, they're both pink, but one's lighter than the other. So I'm so glad that there is 2 types of pink. I thought that it was all going to be one shade, but I'm so glad that it's not. I'm still concerned I got parts mixed up for my RG Sasby. The leg armor skirt doesn't come together all the way. Oh, okay. That is a shame.
29 definitely use something not right now. So that's the same would be really on each other side.
Yeah, look at that. You can definitely tell the difference.
I want to see 34, 33, 38.
He says, I can physically tell there's difference. There's a whiter pink inside a darker pink. I think it's a common problem though. I can't mix up for much of it. The leg armor skirt doesn't come together all the way. No, I've never had a problem with mine.
Funny. Devastating.
I don't even have any problem with the armor closing or marrying up or seating properly and then opening up and moving and stuff at the back of the leg. I've never had any troubles. So sorry.
I got dressed when whatever parents gave me. It was just stock. Most of my life,
I think about Gunpla. It's snap fit, so you know if you're making mistakes or if you feel you've built it wrong, you can always take it apart, try and have a look at it. There might be like a nub that you might have missed, or a little bit that might be stopping it from closing up, like a little bit of tolerance.
Come. Yeah, right. I think fat socks are come as hell. Love socks. Ran out now. All got holes in.
So far, this kit's been an absolute joy to build.
I see socks. Brilliant. Yeah. They're good. I got some waterproof ones. Still in that packet. I still miss my steam bats. Standard issue, low ankle, steel toe cap boots. Some of the most comfortable boots I've ever worn. And I split mine in half. So much. It's really nice. Really comfortable to wear. And the rubber
Now, it
soles
does have an arm gimmick.
Great. I do miss some military to wear.
To open up the armour to show the inner workings, which is nice.
I just always like buckles. Nice.
We like to see that.
Well,
If I built a PG, I'd have no idea where to put it. Yeah, sometimes having space.
That's a nice black slip-on.
But I'll find space.
Got some small brown ones that my dad gave me.
Even if the judge has got to go in a bin,
Too small in there,
I'll find space.
which are great haiku boots.
I'm only joking, I'll never do that. The judge is all
Hard and toe cap ones I had to buy because my others died. Yeah, if you go about that my uniform, well, leave uniform on number one once, which won't fit anymore. They were fit when I was a little bit more portly. Now I'm just large, so there's no fit at all. So yeah, I still got my number one that won't fit.
Yeah.
But I'm not fit.
Not the bin. I do need to put up another couple of shelves. I know that much. Pardon me. And get myself a Dettol glass display from IKEA. And have my prized units in that.
Which one do you want me to do? That way. It's got that way. Okay. So yeah, there's a certain way this has to go into how rods are in it. 0.5. Yeah, I turned my pilot's helmet into a lamp. So I got a mannequin's head made of glass, which they use for hat stands, basically, for installs and that. I bolted it down to a bit of wood, put a bulb in, sort of light, head lights up, and then I just put my pilot's helmet on top of it. So basically I've got a lamp with a pilot's helmet. Oh, boss got a full field.
Okay.
Cool. That's pretty cool, actually. I was before I left, I did 6 months of. I did my last customer service.
Lucky Subnautics. Okay, cool.
I got to know because it's they're run by a different type of military.
Right, now I've got to do that 2 more times.
Which is like all X-forces.
And it does transpire that the left and right are very similar.
I also got a warrant.
So
Not copies
don't have to worry about left and right, thank God. No, I do not need Chrome help. You are never helped.
That's the thing. It's like, depending on who you know and get. Because I got to know warrant and I quite enjoyed my company.
It's not Windows help. Whenever you use Windows help, have they ever helped you with your situation or scenario? I've never come across any help from Microsoft Help that has benefited me from the situation. Right, here, has this fix helped? No, it hasn't. Or you go round in circles. Try this link. You speak to this person. Try this link. You speak to this person. Try this, and you're just back to square one. Perpetually wasting your time instead of helping you out.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I got my pilot helmet for I swapped it for a biro. So I was covering for the light chief because he went online and wanted to cover for him, so I was there. And Petty came in from the safety equipment lot. I was looking for a pen, couldn't seem to find one. Like, I got a pen, only give me a helmet. He went, yeah, sure. So I pilot's helmet for a pen. There's an old pilot's helmet which is now no longer usable and only used for testing comms. But still pilot helmet. From a Harrier. From old Harrier. Right, so that's waste.
Darkin, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the back unit.
Next is legs. So we'll start off with the feet. Looks like an E.
Hello.
Which is this one here. I'm just going to see. Completely separated into parts. Great.
So, if you like Gundam, you like anime, if you like gaming, you're in the right place. My name's Gundam Fan. I like to just chill, build, and just generally goof around on stream. And I like to give away stuff as well.
Level 3. That's 11. 3.
Everyone's welcome here, all levels, whether you be an expert builder, or a novice, or getting into the hobby, or you've been in the hobby for a long time, and you just like to build and chat and just hang out. Everyone's welcome.
What we'll do is, what time is it? 10 o'clock. Got an hour. I know he's coming off because he's going to live stream. What's his face? Some more with wasn't it? So if he does raid, I'll do a purple card pack for him. Only if he raids, like.
Only been building for about 8 months, still learning. I've been building models for 30 plus years. I'm still learning.
Quite nice build so far.
It's every day's a school day. New techniques, new models, new kits, new tools.
To be honest. People have been popping in and out. I'm quite appreciative of both you, Steve, and joining me this evening. So, be nice.
And you get to a point where you just start, you're talking to someone, and all of a sudden, before you know it, you built a perfect grade. It gets like that.
Right, start swording. Be big straight away.
Okay, so that's those parts. The leg doesn't go there. It's still it does look kind of goofy.
I stopped at 11, so too much bother.
Little Pop, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the back unit. Backer unit. I'm a backer. You're a backer. We're all backers together. The more backery you are,
sat in the background watching me and stuff.
I only built one PG, and man, it was a royal pain. What one was it? 7 sword? Yeah, that was a pain. Wing Zero. Ooh. Yeah, I've heard some negatives about that kit. I've not built one. I've only built the master grade Verkar version of the Wing Zero. I've heard some tales. The perfect grades I've built are the Unicorn, the perfect grade Unleashed, the Seven Sword, the Trans Am 00R, and now the Strike Rouge. So I've been quite lucky. But I've not dived into some of the rare ones. But I would like to get myself a Zaku 2 perfect grade because there's some conversion kits out there for it. To turn it into a sniper, GM sniper. I think there's a perfect grade GM sniper conversion kit for the Zaku 2, I believe. Could be wrong. Might be a fever dream that I had once.
Yeah, quite often gun stream. Yeah. I don't blame Voodoo.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a conversion kit out there for the Zaku 2 perfect grade. But it's good. It's a resin conversion kit, so there is a lot of work involved. Right, so once I've done these, I need to put on D13 and 12.
Right at the end. That goes on there. That's that part first, and then do it on the side.
The wiring and the back wings make it hit backwards. What makes it so? Yeah, I've heard that it's got some like stability issues for standing up, which is a shame because there is a lot of weight on the wings and on the back.
All right. Close up here. Cool.
But I'm pretty sure with some like some copper rod and some reinforcing like parts and whatnot, you can possibly cobble something together in terms of like a mod to reinforce it.
So again, this is nice, very nice how they laid this out.
But it is an old kit apparently, so it's going to have some issues.
So not only have they done both halves.
But Bandai are learning all the time.
Of each leg here. They've also split it down
and improving the methods. Speaking of like perfect grades and stuff, Daban have just released or I don't know if it's been released now, or some images have been released of a perfect grade or 160 scale new Gundam from Daban. Which is something a lot of people have been after from Bandai for a long time now. And Bandai have just slept on it and not given us a perfect grade Sazabi and new Gundam. And Daban have gone, well, we'll do it then. So my sponsor is out there looking for one. Because I'd definitely like to
I do have
check out the channel. So as soon as he can get hold of one, I'm pretty sure we'll be looking at the 160 scale new Gundam from Daban on the channel very soon. And I don't mind getting one Daban when I've got like 200-300 Bandais. So all the people are like, oh, you shouldn't buy bootlegs and stuff like that. It's like, well, because it hurts the IP creator and stuff like that. Not really.
Thunderbird 2 or an Angel Cat Scarlet.
If they were that worried about it, Bandai would shut that band down.
Interceptor. I don't know what that's called.
So I don't. It's not my first choice of company to go out for. But if they are going to develop a whole in a collection, or they're going to produce something that Bandai are not producing, go for it.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
sure.
To wrap it up.
He would love to see me build a Bird 2.
So it's going to be interesting to see that.
Yeah.
I'm after an aerial. The FM was a good kit. I do
Snap,
believe
not
that
build
we
it.
are due an aerial, 100%. Rebuild. Whether I mean the rebuild, I don't know if it's P Bandai, but certainly the aerial.
What's next? Okay.
Oh dear.
L19.
The Score 6 aerial with all the blue armor and the blue shimmery stuff. I think that's P Bandai. But I do
Yeah,
believe
I'll
that we deserve
Zeta. I'll build
a
a
master
Zeta.
grade aerial, but I'm hoping it is going to be the rebuild version.
I know he's on page, he would have jumped chat right now. Just me and fundamental Pokemon.
I'm getting this all wrong, aren't I?
Probably getting medicine.
Aha! There we go. Also, I'd like a master grade Barrett and a master grade Darrowboard. That would be nice.
Slides on that. And these bits go on.
Right, technical parts. Let's go. Lots of M's. M13, 30, and 12.
Yeah, I think the legs will take the longest on this kit. Like a lot of gun legs the longest. Just because there's so much of them.
Not me. But I don't know whether they're just going to throw out more full mechanics. Because the MGSD and the Zeta car were released at the same sort of window as the full mechanics aerial, so it was probably a decision to make it a full mechanics just to save on time and budget. So I do hope a master grade is going to be released maybe next year.
G1.
Or announced at the end of the year for next year.
So it's like legs with armor here.
Like in November. In November's sort of last knock-ins rundown of releases. We'll probably get like news of the perfect grade this year soon as well.
Yep. And then that goes top like so. So they're heels versus toes.
Come on now. There we go.
Keep fighting onto my stroke manual. Right, next is... Let's go back to L. So it's all this here. All this.
Right, so there's a lot going on here to be building up the bottom part of the leg in terms of what looks like moving parts for the thrusters out after the leg
Wherever
and for the ankle pivot. And these parts, which I don't know what they do, but I think they move with the leg, with the when the leg turns or when the ankle moves, they might move up and down, possibly.
New. God damn, dropping pieces. Curves Rick. Back from big fluffy room. Oh, I see.
Right, I've got to do that again.
That's where you were. Mr. Steve discussing what kits to build next.
Doing stuff ×2 on Bandai kits is always a pleasure.
We get settled that on after this. We're going to build the Thunderbird 2.
2 legs.
Come on,
times
snap
the
to get
gun.
a blue kit, but hey. I think it comes with Thunderbird 4 as well. Let's say. Yeah. Always silver goes into here. It's a big silver piece here. Goes on there. There you go. That's all this silver.
Absolutely love using the God hands as well. They're so clean.
I
So
appreciate
sharp,
it.
really good
Done
cleaning up parts.
colour differential. Nice to see. Just like how they've done it.
It's a lot. Like people say, oh, $60 for some nippers. It's a lot of money. Yeah, try them.
On there, so. This Gundam loves his heels. Yeah, so much detail on this kit. There is room to scribe. But you shouldn't need to, really. Impulse comes real heels, yeah.
So 2
Yeah,
thruster
it does.
vectors.
Another M.
Okay, now I need M2.
Running out of M's. Two pieces left.
M28. M27. Music's pretty epic. Let's go. Do you feel hyped?
Right, there. G. 5. Yeah. Oh, let's get free at it.
Right, so that goes there like that. That goes
Before
like
the
that.
next stream. Proper white down.
That goes in there.
Make it nice and clean.
Now I need to make this monstrosity. This is M29, so this bit as well.
Let's get these feet done.
Now I need N.
Where does it go? That way.
And then N1.
Okay.
And then a lot of polycaps.
Little bit, doesn't really.
N.
You
Oh no,
use
not
these
one
ones?
polycap, 2 polycaps. Sorry. N23.
There we go.
Added on me.
And
There you go.
Q4.
Little silver bits there now.
And N2.
And that just pushes into
Loads of
there,
little
like
finicky
so.
bits.
Click.
Finicky bits. Bits that are finicky.
Then these. Apparently. Push it up like that. Push that in. Like so.
Sounds like a video game theme tune from the 80s.
Cool. There we go.
It's like a Street Fighter level music. But like sped up just a taste. Like whenever you played like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and you got the turbo controller, you could press the button and it would speed everything.
Open. Shelf 1, 1, 2.
The golden age of video games. So I am actually hyped for Street Fighter 6. It does look pretty good. The art style's a bit different, but then they've always tried new things. It might work, it might not. But I am still hyped for it. Going to open a couple of V-Star boosters on stream. Good for you! Should we what?
Knew that get your attention. Knew that get your attention.
Open the packs.
Leopard.
Open.
Magneton. Reggie Rock. Leopard. Magneton. Partner's favourite. Spirit Tomb. All the gang. The energy. Look at that VMAX. VMAX what? Jam.
I'm jealous.
I can't remember her name either. And reverse shiny double.
Nice. Oh, look who it is. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I have a stream to do. But I am...
Railu. Vectravar. Cynthia.
Railu.
Crystal Ball. Can't remember her name. Look at that. Sexy.
Oh, look at that.
No full art car.
That's well cool. I like that.
No full art car.
I've got one of them.
Oh.
Them rocks.
This is why I like V-Star Maxes. V-Star. This is why I like V-Star Maxes. I've got another 20 coming.
He's got another 20 packs coming. Well, I'm leaving. I've had my fill.
That was good. Some good pulls there. Probably.
So if you're into Pokemon, I'm into my Pokemon as well.
That's great.
But certainly, if you want to catch any of Mechanicum's
I knew that would get attention.
escapades, he's currently building the Zeta car.
I knew he was watching.
Give him a follow. Check him out.
Champ B Max. Look at that. That's a V-Star trainer card. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bed now. Thanks for your watch. Catch you later. Sorry, Steve, see you later. Thanks for the lurk as well. I do have one more pack left. I am getting another 20. Should I open another? Should I open the last V-Star pack?
I think I can now close all this up.
Nice, Stevie.
I have been known to be wrong in the past,
Do I open the last V-Star pack?
but that's cool.
That
That
really
opens and shuts like all nice with some detail inside there.
You know I would. Look at this thing. You know. I am getting another 20 packs or something.
Okay, so
It's like, no, I don't have enough points.
and that bit's just popped out there. Why?
Not solid oil. Last pack.
Oh, it's there.
Right, that's an electro. That is a
Okay.
spare.
So I now need to do that again.
Basilisk. Reggie. Electro. Which I've got. Village. Hiking boots. Electro B. Ditto. Absol.
Have to ask, what is your favourite Gundam build?
That's Shiny Bison.
Well, my favourite Gundam build
No,
I think
black,
would
black,
have
black.
to be
Still pretty good.
the
Got
real
two
great.
spare there.
No.
It's going in a pile.
The Haikushiki 2.0.
It's these pile.
Absolutely
Spares,
love
I'll
that build.
cover him.
It's absolutely awesome. If you can get hold of the Haikushiki 2.0, it's a phenomenal build. Looks fantastic.
Shiny spares.
But in terms
Again.
of models,
Four shines. Love these packs. These packs produce every time. Awesome. I can't wait for you ever do to get
I'd have to say the YOLO Park Shockwave. 2,000 parts. It took about a week to build. Absolutely phenomenal kit. This thing is oozing detail. And it's just so good. It's got metal parts. It's got spring-loaded mechanics for armor shifting and whatnot. Comes with a light-up feature. It doesn't transform, unfortunately, because it's a model kit. But I'm glad it doesn't, because the transformation would take away room for the detail, if that makes sense. Because there's detail on top of detail on top of detail. It's layered in terms of all of the pistons and moving parts that fold into each other. It's just absolutely, it blows Optimus Prime away.
Street. Continue building.
The Optimus Prime, don't get me wrong, it's still a good kit, but it didn't come with an LED for the light for the head.
So 15. Where is it?
That's right. He does hold the gun well. It's just that I've moved it and it's quite heavy, so it just pops out of his hand. But he does hold it well. Don't worry about that.
I do it.
He does come with the Matrix of Leadership, which is in here, which does fold away to get the Matrix out.
Yeah. I don't know that many people watch.
But I do believe that Shockwave is just... They're just absolutely oozing detail. So if you was to take away some of the detail away to make room for like moving mechanics for transformation, I think it would make it more fragile. But absolutely, it's got rubber tyres, and it's fully articulated as well. All the armour shifts in the legs, and so on. It's you know, you can pose it how you like. And the bicep moves inside the arm to make way for the arm to bend. Very, very clever. And like I say, 2,000 parts per model kit. There's a lot here. He has an ab crunch as well, with a shifting spine. These are by far the best model kits I've come across from YOLO Park. Now they've just released images of these other figure type models that they've released. They're lower quality, obviously mass produced to get the younger builders and transformer collectors interested. But I highly recommend these ones. This is the Earth Optimus Prime and the Cybertron Shockwave. Looks absolutely fantastic. Really, really well done. It's probably my favourite mould of Optimus Prime as well. The Bumblebee. But if I was to recommend any models, and also they're cheaper than perfect grades as well. So a perfect grade Bandai like Gundam, they're quite pricey, whereas they're a lot more affordable. But some of the newer stuff that's coming out for Rise of the Beasts and stuff from the YOLO Park, they are set for the mass-produced markets. They're lower in quality. They don't look as good, but their price is still quite high for what you're getting, like 50 quid a model or a figure that comes in a blister pack. I do think they're not good value for money when you're getting that 100 times the detail on one of them two, and I hope they make more. I hope they make a Starscream, a Megatron, and Soundwave.
Just content fun. Yeah, that's it.
But we'll have to wait and see what lies in the store for the that scale of model kit in the future.
Main content is.
I think they will pump out some more. I pulled the trigger on ordering a Zeta car before knowing if the transformation was better. Yes, it is. I've got the 2.0 behind me, and I can honestly say the 2.0 transformation had me pulling my hair out. But the videos and promotions I've seen for the Zeta car, they've really tidied up the transformation and made it a little bit more stable. So look at it as like a Zeta 3.0. So once I get the Zeta car, I will have it in Gundam mode, because the Wave Rider mode behind me ain't transforming back into a Gundam, that's for sure.
I've got me a idiot. That's what matters. But it's not something we care about.
Now you can get an Optimus Prime that looks like that and has that level of detail and transforms. I think it's called the Marvelous Mecha. It doesn't have the same level of detail in terms of the depth and all the parts layered on top of each other, because all the detail is just surface level, because obviously all the panels have got to fold inside and hide all the transformation in truck fuselage and stuff like that, and chassis and whatnot. So it still looks as good, but it's a bit pricey. It's quite expensive.
That's got me happy. Lots of streamers out there do it. Just don't do anything.
for play something
like COD. Yeah. I think that's what us as builders have to be again, really. People wanting just COD.
It still looks really good,
trying
all
to
the same, and like I say,
not fall in that pit of gaming.
but I'm not fussed about those models not transforming because I just look at like the build experience, and like I say, it took a week to build each one. Really decent kits.
I think a lot of people
and they look great on the shelf. And they will be painted one day. Just need to find the time.
Yeah, but I don't mind that.
Right.
Guess me to each other a lot more. If I was join. But yeah, it's just a lot of people don't engage with the audience enough. So I feel like 4.9. Oh wait. I play with friends sometimes playing gaming thing, but me I want to build more stimulating.
You can also pre-order
I've
or
gaming. The only time I can do it
Shockwave or
is when
from Gunther.co.uk, one of the cheapest places to find them kits. When new stocks comes in, you should be able to pick one up, and you can save yourself 10% by using Gundam_7 on the website. Right, okay, so to do this again, I need that in there. I need T30. You know what? I didn't put T30 in the top of that one either, so that's my bad.
What do you play? That could be interesting. We play all sorts. Everything from go with your friends.
Now, rewind back to me saying that I thought I could get away with putting this together. Yeah, I'll put everything in there. It's
Warzone. What else do we play? A lot of.
God damn it.
Just trying to think. Human Fall Flat, Fall Guys, Valheim. Farming later. Played all sorts. Usually what tickles our fancy at the time. It's not always play.
Jesus, Ian! Oh my god!
It's a lot of fun, yeah. I do like playing with lads. It's just there.
Scared the fucking life out of me.
Sometimes.
How are you doing, dude? I hope you had a good weekend, even.
They can be nice. Lads, yeah. Basically, my brother is someone who's also me, my brother, and mainly his mates. They're my friends.
Right, it's coming apart now.
Chris who works for Sweet. I think it's Sweet Gaming Studios in Cardiff.
Oh, that's right, because I put it in wrong.
Who's a carpenter by night
and bigger part on the bottom. Pay attention.
By day, and then we got Salvage, who didn't really make much of his life. And works as space.
There we go.
Well, we always agree he doesn't. No one else makes something like he hasn't. So it's sent to moment to a down spiral depression. Plus, Mountain Hospital recently as well. Poor lad. Been through a moment.
Pretty good. How are you doing? I'm alright, man. Just chilling. It's not every day you get to build a perfect grade Strike Rouge, you know. So I'm really enjoying this.
Also, try
and trying not to make a complete absolute
stream.
balls ache of it.
console. Enough streaming PC console is what we main on. Even though the consoles are now
Now, please don't tell me.
stream directly to Twitch.
I've got
overlay. I should do stream element stuff like that.
and then it's on the desk somewhere.
But we do like playing games that are cross-platform
It's on
because
the floor. Luckily, I
Josh
found it.
only has a PC. D9.
Not cheap, no. Well, this one is. This was only, I think it was on there for $220. So could have been up there for a lot more. I don't know whether the Strike Rouge was Bandite or not. I'm not sure. Because the instruction manuals are monochrome. No, it was alright. It was reasonable. N3 and N3. So more N3s.
Plexel.
Because the perfectibility.
D8. So next is D8. So it looks like we're doing about me
the
area.
perfectibility that I saw in the UK was 380. So that's like
up.
But then on eBay and other places, I've seen the perfect grade perfectibility going for like 500, 600, 700 pounds. That's a lot of money.
Oops. Nope. There we go. That's that.
So once I've done these ankles, I'm going to open another Pokemon pack. And then I'm going to be heading over to the Discord to stream Witch from Mercury, episodes 13 through to 17. So if you want to jump into the watch party, ! Discord and join the Discord.
Sentinel technically fits on a shelf, but I had to slide between the shelves. Take a photo, see what I mean. I see.
Right, these only go on one way, so that helps.
It's that big, is it? And towers over girls. The PG disguised and then G. Hey, Zeta. Bit of a late stream. I've been streaming since 8 this evening. My side anyway. How you doing? Hope you're well. Hope you're doing alright.
Question mark, LOL. Oh yeah, you got to watch out for those pesky shoutouts because they will show some clips that are from ages ago. If you've streamed and you've got any clips on your account and you get shouted out,
I'm good. How's everyone?
be prepared to see some nostalgia.
Just log through the Zeta. 7. That one. Built Aerial.
Hey, there he is, the man, the legend.
Just going with legs right now.
Was that an old kit that you
As
were building?
always.
Because that looked like an old kit.
Piece. So much not going on recently. Yeah, slow day. And all front. Not really done much today. It's the only thing constructive I've done at all. Most of the time it's just sat around. Had to go to bed earlier. Had a migraine. It's gone now. But sounds good to me. That's what I'm doing this week.
I don't stream. Oh, okay. Almost done with the Xbox project, just LED mods now. Nice. What you need it to do, when you turn on the Xbox, you need it to play the armor refresh sound. Or the shield recharge sound. When you turn the Xbox on. Instead of it just going beep, it needs to go like that. Yeah. You're welcome. Do it. Make it happen. Because that Xbox looks awesome.
I see what you mean by going between desks.
If you want to know what we're talking about, check out Ian Dogg's Instagram and his custom Xbox paint job that he's painted in a Halo style. Looks awesome.
Yeah. At least it fits. Still fits. So I'm running space. Any of my kits. Maybe HG's still fit in my shelf.
It can be done.
Not much stuff for the MVMs left.
Yeah, you've only got to attach the sound to the actual the BIOS. In the BIOS, there's going to be like for the beat for whatever makes that beat. You just got to replace that beat sound with maybe a little bit of a better speaker, because the speaker is only like one of the little beat speakers, isn't it? All you got to do is replace that speaker and find the file where you add that noise. Nice.
Normally they don't come through on this kind of thing.
Make it so. So I think it would just give that extra little touch. So everyone goes, "Oh wow, look at that!" And then you turn it on. Oh man, that'd be absolutely awesome.
I got earlier thanks to Gunpowder.UK. Don't know where I'm going to put the YouTube Zero. Rise like they get creative. Yeah. You haven't got space. I'm running space.
Okay, right.
6. Yeah, so being quite a productive day, really. In between streams, not that productive.
Legs.
And to be fair, I don't know if it was stream time or not. Because I wasn't missing anything. I'm not still, but I want to get stuff built. And streams good.
This is how far we've got so far. And one of the lower legs, because I still need to do the hip yet. is as tall as the 4 Mechanics aerial. Really cool build so far. Looking forward to doing a bit more tomorrow. Gonna open up a Pokemon card pack and see what's inside, and then head on over to Discord for a bit of Witch of Mercury. Yeah, if you've not watched the Witch of Mercury season 2, I'll be streaming all of the episodes.
Yeah,
Right
back
up to
tomorrow
the
morning.
next episode, which aired on Sunday.
So my next stream will be Saturday morning. I might be a bit grumpy because
I've been pulling some bangers, man. I've been
quick
pulling
update.
some bangers.
Yeah, she is. She's mostly painted. So her painted now.
Gardevoir EX Professor Research full art, Caridon EX full art, Armarouge full art, Dolive full art. There's a load of other like rares in the deck, but I'll put them in sequence. They are still in their sleeves, but I'll put them in sequence.
Luckily, I can roll out bed to work.
Some belters, mate, belters.
I work from home. So I'm not bad at that. Have we got nice.
Right, first up we have an Oinkloin. I've got one of them. Scovillian, I think I need that card for the deck.
So I've got to go back to work.
Torkoal.
And then next
Rotom.
we've got
A Pokeball.
colonoscopy. So
I need this guy. Atropius. This is card number 7. Definitely need that guy. Fury Coco. Oh, look at him. He's such adorable, so cute.
I get hungry.
Put it out of his misery. Look, he looks high on crack. Just sat there like nothing in the world phases him. Like nothing in the world. Like, you know, it could be pissing down. He's like stupid thing. Okay, this we're getting into the realms of business now. Come on, give me something good. Okay, I've got a Meowscarada, shiny, rare. So, okay, I've got a Rev Room Hollow, Reverse Hollow, and a Magikarp Reverse Hollow. So, okay, fine. But definitely the Tropia, I definitely need that card in the deck. So, let's go.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have a week off. You're like, I wish I had 2 weeks off. So you should have put 2 weeks off.
1, 3.
This is the high. For a treat.
6,
It knows what you want.
7, 8. Now I've counted 6 twice because I've got like a regular and a shiny, or regular and a reverse hollow that I stack. So I've got like a number 2 card Shroomish, and I've got a reverse hollow Shroomish. So I'll keep them together. When I get the sleeves, now do I need a Scovillian, which is card 29?
Bloody again. I mean, yeah, well.
No, I've got one. Nice. Now I think all of the rest I have, so they're all duplicates. Pokeball. Have I got? Have I got a 185 Pokeball?
Lucky getting open up that plastic piece. Oh yeah. You missed it.
No,
Dog
reverse hollow, but I don't have a normal, so that's going in.
Luckily, you get the piece I need.
Happy days. Now I think all of these are duplicates. So I shall be putting them in the dig pile, where I can give them away, add them in with stickers, and giveaways and stuff like that.
So it's been quite slow when it comes to
right, so I'm going to end it there, and we are going to be going over to the Discord, where I'm going to start like showing a bit of Witch from Mercury. If you come along, great, we'll have a chat or whatever, continue over there.
I know what you mean.
If not, I'll be back tomorrow for 1 PM. You need to get the app called Pokelector.
Little nubs everywhere.
Possibly. I do need to get a lot of these cards graded as well. It's like a Pokédex for cards. Okay, cool. I'm going to be ordering a book sleeve with about 500 slots in, so I can like put in like my Pokemon Go in there, my Scarlet and Violet, my Crown Zenith and stuff like that. Oh. But yeah, I really appreciate all the new follows and so on and so on, and the new subs and whatnot. And why is my mouse not doing what I want it to do? That was weird. So again, a lot of binders. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of binders. There's so many cards. Right, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. If you want to come over to the Discord and watch a bit of anime, you're welcome to do so. But for the meantime, I'm going to bugger off and I will speak to you guys.
Right, ow, bomb here. Let's see. Number three, is it? Yeah, L3. There we go. I wonder if I host though. Don't know much about hosting. But host other streams. I'm on. Look at that. What benefits you get from just hosting another stream. This goes in there. Feel like my things help me. Partners up. And it's just in pain. Good sign. Have a late go see a later, in fact. So we'll be in not much longer tonight. I think if you recommend people all places and stream offline as recommended. I see. I wonder if there's a difference between recommending and posting. Because hosting actively playing someone else's live stream. Look into it, see what it's all about. I haven't looked at this since I did want to do a stream combo. Since I did want to do a stream combo with like Rick. Yeah. I think that's what we should try and think about doing. Can't host one more, can you? Can't you? Do you know? I don't know. That's why I'm talking about it, trying to find out. You can't say that, fair enough. I used to host some people daily, but the features gone away and button to do so. Interesting. Unless you be affiliate or partner, maybe a partner do it. Just remove the ability to use Sony's only an affiliate. Maybe people have used it too much. 10. Which want to raid others now. And that said, I see. Whoops. I'm affiliate. I can't do it. Yeah, I'm affiliate too, and I can't do it. Could you know, maybe it's like a partner thing more. But raiding is such a difficult thing to do. I raided. Yeah, Twitch got angry about it. So we do appreciate the host and host command. What if because people were abusing how to use it? So I raided Rick earlier, gun fan. Earlier today. Like it didn't work first time. I bet people were abusing it to get traffic on their channel, even though they weren't doing anything. Because it helped to promote others and others get stuff. I've thought about YouTube. No, I'm happy with Twitch because yeah. Not a lot of people use YouTube, surprisingly. It'd be nice if I could stream simultaneously just from the OBS. If Twitch was worse, yeah. But the problem when you switch between one to another is trying to get up. Camera. It's trying to get that audience again. Because like something I've noticed, because I come from I started Twitch, and of course I post every time I'm streaming and stuff like that. But Twitch is like for suppressing tweets about streams and stuff, and links. So I've got like 2,300 followers on Twitter, like yourself. You got like over 1,000 followers on Twitter. None of them. Not all of them. Very little of them actually come over to my stream or follow. Or stuff like that. So as that is from my Twitter side. It just doesn't always translate, which is annoying part. Always be amazing how folks get big numbers, but web pages talking about what's on said web pages, like the T community. I enjoy a bit of content, but I'm like, you're literally reading web pages from Zeta. Yeah, for Reacts. React channels and React streams and stuff like that. I don't get it either. No, compared to people like Rick, who actually do a lot. And they get sidelined by just people talking. I used to have a problem with having a decent following on YouTube, but very little of the would come over to Twitch. And I wanted to short from making VODs to streaming, is what it is. I was ready to like 4 years ago. It's proper. Yeah, it's one of those things trying to keep times as well. I'd build stuff though. To be fair, I don't really care if people come and watch me or not. I'm building, people are enjoying, and that's what matters. People take tips. Get heads up. Like, I don't think there's many people in West building this kit. Yeah, builds, people chatting with me is a bonus. Yeah, exactly. What Gundam is it? Hello, cute boy. we are building the MG version car Zeta. The 20th anniversary MG kit, which came out earlier this month. And earlier today, we built the FM aerial. Here she is in a full bits form. And there goes the weak foot. Going black kit. Weak feet. I'm sorry. I haven't been watching. That's fine, boy man. I don't mind. You're here now. I won't be on much longer. Be here now. That's the main thing. He turned up. He said hi. And that's what I appreciate you for that. Where did he come from? Where did he go? I have lost track. Do you remember me? Where did he go? Oh no. Built so much and then I forgot about these yellow bits. Oh shit. Yeah, I forget about these bright buggers. I'll go back through now. Shit. Good. Never apologise for streams. You'd be amazed how happy we build streamers are when people to come in for same way she apologises time shows up like here. It's great. Yeah. The fact that you're here at all is great. There we go. See that now is right. Bloody hell. Always appreciate people come and watch. People follow, people subscribe. It's all good. Of course you would. You managed to get points this time. And it made the sound. So I don't know what happened on the last one. Sometimes points. Ooh, yeah. So it's working. Right. So we'll go pack. These packs are for subscribers. If you don't know. If you don't know. So I get it dancing, you get purple. Click it down the car. You should. Yeah. Right. Spinner rack. So with these cards, if you've got spinner rack, none out, or a doof, you want to have a look at the bottom left corner here to see if it's a ditto. Can't remember its Volvo's name. Lavatar, can't remember her name. Shiny Art, who know? Shiny card. There we go. Unfortunately, you only get 6 cards in this, including the There's a pile somewhere. Right, put it over there now. But yeah. So you only get 6 cards, and that's the energy card. That's nice to see an Arcuno. So that will go in a sleeve, and then go on my spares pile. I got tons of spares cards. Not a bad pool. Like I said, I've got it already. Set up. These are things everything joins into. Right. That one. Then I want this piece. That goes there. But you set the points right for being smaller packs. Exactly. That's what I was thinking. A bigger packs at 4, where they're not used to water. The bigger packs at 4. I'll get some more in. It should turn up this week before next stream, so it's good. It's a bit of them before. Where's the other one? It's there. That goes there. So this is off the feet. Okay, and then that goes on there like so. Like that. And this all goes together, hopefully. It's open. Any issues? Like that. And then 9 goes on there. This is like very stiff. Which is what you want joints to be very stiff. That's most of the leg. Does say it still transforms this version of transforms. This version transforms. It is... I can not talk about how much detail, how much things I've put into this kit so far. There's so much, man. It's a well-built kit. Well made. Worth the money. I paid £45 for it. For this version car. Definitely worth the money. So this kit will transform once it's built. And I will transform it. Once I've built it. But it's a very sturdy kit. Very sturdy kit. Just wait till I fix that PG race build wing campaign. That's not bad. Right. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call it a night there. Thank you everyone who's come. Thank you, boy, V, Stevie, thank you, Zeta. Much appreciated all of you coming in. We have gotten this much built, so we've got both legs, hands, arms, and for waist of the guns that are built. There's still so much more yet to go. However, we're going to get that next stream. No, it's my pleasure, man. I enjoy doing streams with everyone, and everyone who comes in, enjoy talking to everyone. You take care, buddy. I'll pop Saturday morning, but I'll see you Thursday. Most likely, yeah. There we go. That worked. The reason I asked was sometimes Bandai will make a model kit transforming gun, but that don't get transformation. You are right. Very right in that assumption. But yeah, this kit definitely transforms, and if you watch the next Saturday, 10 a.m. my time, I'll be streaming. So yeah, catch us there, and we'll probably finish it then. There's got the rest of the legs to do, and the back, that's it.